We love Mexican food, and I make pretty good enchiladas, and we used to make enchiladas all the time, but basically we hardly ever have them anymore because enchiladas are just so much work. Tiny House Prepper. Hi there everybody, I'm Bill with Tiny House Prepper. And like I said, enchiladas, we love them, but oh man, are they work, because I would have to make all the, the stuffing, the innards, and then you got to fry each tortilla to soften it up, and then you got to roll each one up, and by the time you do all that, it takes like 45 minutes to make enchiladas, and then you got to throw them in the oven for a while. So we basically just stopped making them. Just Elizabeth and I were talking tonight about what we want for dinner, and I mentioned enchiladas, but I just don't feel like I have the energy to do all that. But we just saw a video online of someone who was making enchilada. It was an enchilada casserole, and it looked so much easier. She took 3 boneless chicken breasts and put them in a crock pot for about 4 hours with enchilada sauce and cooked them. And then she took the meat out and she broke them up shredded it into pieces, and then she put pieces of tortillas, corn tortillas in there, and black olives and cheese back into the crock pot for I don't know how long, and it looked really good. And then I started thinking, with Thrive, I don't have to do that in a crock pot, and I could do it so much faster than what she did. So I'm going to give this a try. We've never done it before, but I'm going to do a enchilada casserole with about half Thrive and half fresh, and we'll see how this comes out. Now, I don't really have any kind of measurements to give you for a recipe. 2 reasons. One is that we've never done this before, and the other is that we just generally cook by eye anyway. We very rarely actually measure anything out. So this is the freeze-dried chicken slices from Thrive Life, and we have to rehydrate them, refresh them. So I'm just going to pour some in there. It looks about right. Real scientific. And you just put some water in there. And mix it up, and then we let this sit for about 15 minutes or so. It's not quite enough water. Let this sit for about 15 minutes or so, and all that chicken will be refreshed and ready to go. Now it's been here for a few minutes. You just kind of stir it up. This doesn't, to refresh the chicken, really doesn't take as much water as it seems like it should. See, there's some water in the bottom there. I just mix it up, stir it up every once in a while. Give it another couple minutes and we'll be ready to go with that. Now we're also going to be using Thrive freeze-dried cheese. We love this product. When we first started trying to use it, we didn't understand how to use it, and it didn't work at all. What I was doing was I just pour some cheese in, and then I'd pour in water, and I was pouring in too much. And then after it was rehydrated, I would drain the water off, and it came out like cheese soup. It was real gloppy, goopy, sticking together cheese goo. It was a mess. And then I got smart and read the directions on the can. And what it said to do was to use 3.5 tablespoons of water per cup of cheese, and then mix it together and put it in the refrigerator for 35 minutes. I don't know why 35, but that's what it said. And then fluff it with a fork and you're good to go. So now I make it in here. I put in 2 cups of cheese, and then I put in 7 tablespoons of water for 2 cups, and just kind of shook it up like this. Put it in the refrigerator for a half hour, and I take it out and I fluff it with a fork, and it comes out beautiful. So here's the cheese. Then I fluff it with a fork. It's my fork, and it's beautiful. It comes out just like cheese, mostly because it is cheese. It's just had the moisture removed in the freeze drying process. All you have to do is replace the moisture, and you've got real cheese. This is just like shredded cheese you would buy at the store, and you'll see as I finish that this melts just like real cheese, because it is real cheese. It's wonderful stuff. This is Colby Jack. Thrive also has cheddar. They also have mozzarella, and we use it all the time. Now the tortillas, of course, I bought at the grocery store. And normally when I make chimichangas, yeah. Normally when I make enchiladas, I'm going to stuff these and roll them up. But I'm going to save a lot of time here by not doing that. Instead, I'm just going to slice them into strips. And maybe cut it in half. Just like that. So now I have here a bowl full of corn tortilla strips. So we're going to take all of my chicken, dump it in here. Now, many times I make homemade enchilada sauce and I can do it with 100% Thrive ingredients, but this time, just for the sake of ease, because I'm lazy, I'm going to use canned enchilada sauce. Mix in all the tortilla strips. I'm also going to mix in Thrive Life green chili peppers. We love these peppers. They are not real hot. They're kind of medium hot, but they add a lot of flavor. And I'm not even going to bother rehydrating these because I think there will be enough moisture as it bakes in the enchilada sauce to rehydrate them as it bakes. I think it needs another can of enchilada sauce. And I'm going to mix in some cheese. And then I'll sprinkle more on top. That just gets mixed into the mix. So you just have to mix it until you make sure all of the corn tortilla pieces are completely covered and saturated with the sauce. Now, when I was watching this woman do this crock pot enchiladas, she added black olives. Black olives is something that I've never added to enchiladas before, but they sound really good. If we had any, I would add it, but we don't have any, and Thrive doesn't do olives. So now it's ready to go. We'll sprinkle more cheese on the top. Tell you what, my hands are clean. This is the Thrive refreshed freeze-dried cheese. So I'm using a total of 2 cups. This was 2 cups of cheese that I mixed up. I mixed part of it inside and then the rest on top. That looks good. So the casserole is ready to go. We'll be putting it in the oven. And this oven is set preheated at 350 degrees, and we're going to set it for about 30 minutes and we'll see what happens. I'm very excited. This has been so much faster than the normal way I make it, so let's see. Alright, let's see how this looks. Cheese is all melted and it's all bubbling around the edges. I think we're good to go. Smells good. Can you smell that?
Yeah, it smells wonderful.
It smells like enchiladas.
Yes, it does, like enchiladas.
Let's eat!
scared me to death. Goober.
Gotcha.
You did.
All right, let's see how this works.
Oh, it does look good. And it's a good thing I love you so much. Yeah. That looks wonderful, hon.
You do.
What a good idea. Yeah. It's just, this is going to be so much less complicated to make. It looks wonderful.
Yep.
I can't even usually make the enchiladas because if I get the enchilada sauce in my hands, it burns.
Right.
This would be so much easier.
Absolutely. Now, you can make some too. I
Yep.
usually do it.
Yeah, because it hurts my hands.
Yep. All right.
Cool.
Let's eat.
Alrighty.
So, the taste test.
Yep, we haven't tried it yet. We're going to have to try it. Just like enchiladas.
Tastes just like enchiladas.
And that chicken is just so tender. I'm so thrilled that it's as easy to prepare as it is with them. Oh,
I think
it's delicious.
this has revolutionized our enchilada making.
Yes, it has.
Because it used to take me 30 to 40 minutes to prepare it and then put it in the oven. Now it only took me about 15. Honestly, right?
And so much simpler and more straightforward. And like I said, I could do this now without getting enchilada sauce in
Right.
my hands. This is really
Now,
good.
it used to take me 30 or 40 minutes before, and that was with using the Thrive chicken. If we were using fresh chicken from the store, we had to cook the chicken first and then shred it up and then do all this. What do you think? An hour and a half? Hour and 15?
Yeah, take probably 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the chicken, just to get the chicken tender.
Yep.
So,
So with this, we use the Thrive chicken. It refreshes in 15 minutes, and while it's doing that, you can cut up the other things, the tortillas and things, and
you don't have to cut up the peppers. You just put them in there.
right.
That's right. And that's another thing I wouldn't be able to do with my hands very easily.
Right. She has not been able to do enchiladas at all because of the psoriasis on her hands.
Right.
It tears her hands up if she gets the sauce on it, or cuts up the peppers or any of that.
Yeah.
So I've always done the enchiladas, but
He's
now
an enchilada maker.
now
Yes, I can do enchiladas too.
now you can do it too.
Yep. And the cheese is wonderful.
Yep.
It just acts like normal cheese.
Yep.
Yep, that's good. It's
So-
really good.
This is a winner.
Yep.
So I hope you've enjoyed it.
Yep.
If you'd like to check out our Thrive Life website, there's a link below where you can see all the products that Thrive has. And please like the video. It really helps us.
Yep.
Yep.
And subscribe. And bon appetit, or what would you say if it was in Spanish? Anyway, this is yummy and happy cooking.
We'll see you later.
Be blessed.
Bye. We live in our camper during the summer. We have some Thrive foods. It's great stuff. Cat. I really enjoy the Thrive foods I have so far. They are such a time saver during hectic nights and a great way to sneak in extra veggies and casseroles, etc. Valerie C.